Well, Leva just watched the Real Madrid game against Atletico Bilbao, and let's get into the game. So, when I tuned into the game, I just saw the game start and we were wearing that beautiful purple kit. By the way, I absolutely love it. But the thing is, when the game did start, I felt like we were giving them so much possession and we just let them hold the ball. And usually we do that, but the issue is I felt like we were doing that from the start, and normally we don't usually just let them have the ball. But in this case we did. And it felt like possession was limited. I felt like our chances was limited to how much of the ball we gave to them. And like they were passing through the lines, holding the ball, trying to make chances and all that, but we were letting it happen. So it felt like we did have control, but it was limited control. That was where the issue originated from. And soon after, we just had a bit of a counter-attack, and all of a sudden we scored in the 8th minute by Rodrygo. It was a counter-attack that was just executed beautifully. It was Germany winning the ball and then passing to Brahim Diaz, and Brahim Diaz switching the play all the way to the left side of the pitch, and Rodrygo just took the ball, beat his man, and just whipped it into the far corner. Beautiful goal to watch. Beautiful goal to score, I'd imagine, for Rodrygo. It was lovely to watch. We had the chances to seal the game off, but the thing is, the chances we did create, a lot of the time we didn't finish them, which is unfortunate, because I remember another chance that was made by Rodrygo, and he made a pass to Brahim Diaz, I think. Brahim Diaz is supposed, because Rodrygo took the ball and he drove it into space, and then he just released it into Brahim Diaz, and then Brahim Diaz just hits the post, and it was just like, we could have finished off the game there, but we had to still play. The reality is Atletico Bilbao didn't really have chances in the game, so we weren't necessarily worried about them. The issue is we weren't really scintillating on the ball. We weren't dominating the ball. It felt like we were lethargic at times. It felt like we were callous with the ball. We were very cavalier about the entire thing. We just let it play out. Now you can't do that to bigger teams. You can't let them have the possession like that. And I'd imagine we wouldn't play the exact same way against a bigger team like City, who we have next. But it was still something about the game, I'd say. All season, we are the best defense in the league. We have the best defense in the league. We've conceded the least amount of goals, which is brilliant to see. And we hardly concede from corners, but we did concede from a corner last game. We've not lost the game all season, apart from Atletico Madrid, and they've beat us twice, which is the unfortunate thing about it. And they're in the Champions League. This is corners or semis. This is semis. They're in the Champions League, so hopefully we don't get them. But yeah, that was also Rodrygo's 9th goal of the season, in the league, which takes him up to 14 and 8 assists for the season, which is a very good return, to be fair. It's not all bad. At times when you listen to other people talk about Rodrygo and all that, it's as if he's had a horrendous season, and even I have done that. But in reality, his season hasn't been as bad as what's been made out of it. The thing is, he hasn't been quite as effective as we wanted him to be. That's the unfortunate thing, really. I remember us conceding a corner, and then they whipped the ball in and it went to Inaki Williams. And then he just placed it. And it was a brilliant save from Lunin. Andrew Lunin, amazing season again. Having a great game, to be honest. I think he did really, really well with they did have chances. So he did make quite a few saves. And I remember another chance we created and Valverde made the pass to Brahim Diaz, and Brahim Diaz skied it, unfortunately. But he just cut in. Brahim Diaz is an amazing player. Like, his passing, his distribution, I think him going to AC Milan did wonders for him as a player, because I couldn't see him breaking into that first team without him going to AC Milan. And it's been an amazing thing for him to improve upon himself and like make a stand in that Madrid team. And he's doing amazingly well. He's doing amazingly well now. That's the thing. Also, I saw Bellingham making so many chances, like making so many runs, but no one was looking up to find him. Valverde, Cruz Cruz had an amazing game, by the way, but Cruz didn't find him. No one was making that pass to just find him. I saw him making several runs and just darting in, breaking the line, but the thing is, no one was looking up to him. They need to work on that. They need to improve on seeing him and seeing the runs he makes, because if Vinicius is making those runs, they won't find him. That's the thing. But yeah, they didn't do that for Bellingham, unfortunately. And then Germany picked up a yellow card. Later on, there was a few mistimed tackles from Germany, actually. But in all, I think he played a decent game. It wasn't really necessarily bad. The thing is, it felt like he did just run into a couple tackles and it was a bit rough, but he was fairly tidy on the ball. I remember there was a ball that was played. I can't remember from who, but then the Atletico Bilbao player, he passed it, he cleared it like to the back of his line, and Rodrygo was right there. Now, the VAR deemed it to be offside, but he cannot be offside when it's not our player that passed it to him. It's the opposition's player. So they deemed it to be offside and ruled it out, but we should have gotten a penalty. Now, if we didn't win this game, that would have been a massive talking point. But we did win the game. But it also shouldn't go unnoticed that all these things happen, and they shouldn't be let to just slip by just because we won the game. These things are incompetent. All these type of things, this is the whole point of having the VAR. They're the ones that need to make these decisions and see these things, not us fans and just people. Even the commentators were saying it. It's a penalty because it wasn't our player that made the pass. It was the opposition player, made a terrible clearance, and Rodrygo pounced onto it. And then he got tackled in the box. It was ridiculous to watch, honestly. So after that, Athletic Club started improving on the ball in their passes, and they took a little bit more control of the ball. After we scored, we had a lot more control of the ball, in all honesty. We played all the way from the back. I remember it was Mendy and Nacho, and then it was Cruz, and then Cruz made a lovely, lovely pass, and he just passed it to Bellingham, and Bellingham just ran down the line on the left wing, and he squared it all the way to Valverde. I think Valverde was on the right wing, and Valverde just had a terrible touch. If not, it would have been such a lovely goal to watch. If you watch the game back, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it was an amazing chance, and we should have done better with it, but we didn't, unfortunately. They countered, and Nacho just made a last-ditch clearance, last-ditch tackle on Inaki Williams. Then he got booked for a yellow card because he had to make that tackle. the second goal, for the second goal, Bellingham just plays this lovely ball. It was Cruz that made the pass to Bellingham. Bellingham just played this beautiful ball into space, into Rodrygo. And I didn't understand why they would leave Rodrygo in so much space. And the right back, I had no idea where he was. But they just left Rodrygo with so much space. Rodrygo just ran into that path and just beat his man again, and just placed it into the corner that, not even the far corner, it was the goalkeeper's side. He just placed it beautifully. It was a more difficult thing to do. He could have easily just bent it into the far corner, but it's the piece of skill. Rodrygo really came into his own in this game, and he deserves props for it, to be honest, because he was genuinely amazing, and it was lovely to see. By the way, that was our 23rd, I believe it was our 23rd win of the season, which takes us to about 75 points. In the league, we are 8 points clear because Barca beat, who did they beat? I can't even remember. They beat the opponent last night, but us winning today takes us back to 8 points clear, and I think we're definitely gonna win this league. We have the league wrapped up, and in my opinion, and I believe, we're going to do this. We're going to win the league. Hopefully we can win the Champions League as well. We've already won one trophy this season. Hopefully we can make that 3 by the end of the season. And then on the 85th minute, I believe Camavinga came on. I think Luka Modric came on later on. Who were the substitutes? The other ones? Yeah, José came on for Brahim Diaz. Lucas Vasquez came on for Valverde. Yeah. And Camavinga came on for Cruz. Luka came on for Rodrygo. And then Militao came on for Carvalho, which was really great to see. It was amazing to see. But Camavinga came on and was balling out, passing, the distribution and everything. And then on the 85th minute, he just did this amazing set of skills and just beat like 4 players around him. It was ridiculous to watch. Camavinga, we forget because Bellingham is the starlet of the team, and Vinicius and Rodrygo, but the ones behind Camavinga, Tchouaméni, those players, they are amazing footballers. They are incredibly young. They have such a way to go, but they are still so good at such a young age. It is ridiculous to watch, and it's so fun to see. Militao came on, and everyone was just giving him a round of applause. The Santiago Bernabeu, everyone was clapping him. It was amazing to see. After not playing for pretty much the entire season, until now, we played one game, the first game. It was incredibly difficult for us. He was our best centre-back before he got injured, and I'm just glad to see him come back. He obviously can't start against City. That would be ridiculous. But if he can feature and play a role, then that would be amazing. Yeah, Rodrygo did get the man of the match performance, and that's me reading from my notebook. Yeah, Rodrygo did get the man of the match performance, and he got the trophy as well. He played really, really well. His overall play, his link-up play, his dribbling, he really came into his own in this game. Rodrygo is a left winger. The thing with Rodrygo is he can play up front, he can play left wing, right wing, he can play anywhere. But the thing is, he is a left winger and he's most effective in that position. But the thing is, he can't play that. He can't displace Vinicius. That's the issue. But if he can keep doing this on the right wing, then that would be amazing for the rest of the season. It would be great to see him keep going and growing stronger. But yeah, let's talk about the lineup. Lunin had a great game, in my opinion. I'd probably say he made like the saves he needed to make, and they didn't score, obviously. That's another clean sheet. I think it's 14 for the season. 14 or 15, something like that. So yeah, I think he played really well. I'd give him a 7. I give him a 7 out of 10. Then it's Carvalho, Carvalho didn't make any mistakes. Today, I think Mendy did lose the ball. No, it was Nacho that lost the ball, not Mendy. Carvalho didn't really make any mistakes. He played well. Today, I would give him a casual 6.5. Nothing amazing, but played well. Rodrygo made his blocks, a couple passes here and there. Most of them didn't go through, but some of them did. I think he did his role, defended really well. 7. Then it was Nacho. I'd say he played decently. He wasn't really bad, made a mistake, but it wasn't anything that we would have been punished for, so I'd give him a 6.5. Mendy, very negative on the ball again. Like, Mendy's shape when he's on that left back role, he's never looking to overlap and whip the ball like Fran Garcia does, or Marcelo used to. The thing with him is he's always looking to pass back, pass inside, pass to Bellingham, pass to a midfielder, not always trying to make that run. And that is the annoying thing about him. Fran Garcia, that's why I would rather play him. He might be less defensively strong, but at least he is giving us something going forward. Mendy doesn't do any of that. That is the frustrating thing about Mendy. But in general, his game wasn't terrible. So I'd give him perhaps a 6.5, something like that, because I don't know, he's just negative on the ball. It's just not great. But Cruz today, my God, amazing on the ball, spraying the passes everywhere, just dominating and doing extremely good. For someone that's how old? I don't even know. 34? 35? I don't know. He's playing amazingly. He's just spraying the ball everywhere, making different passes, the weight of the ball, right to the feet. It's just beautiful to watch, and it was amazing. I'd give him a 7.5 in this game. He played really well, in my opinion. And then, it's Tchouaméni made tackles, blocks, all that. I don't think he really, did it amazingly in this game, but I'd say he did his job, which I would give him a 6.5 for. And then, who else played in that? It was Valverde. I think Valverde played really well. His passing, his running, the effort levels, the distribution, everything. I think everything was on point. And I think he did really well. He did great, in my opinion. And, it's just Valverde. He did have a few chances to score a goal. But the thing is, he won't always do that. He has only had one goal this entire season, which is shocking. Because, this player is amazing. And when it comes to long shots, he's one of the best. He's right up there. So he should have more, but I think he's played a different role. That's why he's not scored as many goals, but maybe that can change with time. And then it's Luka Modric, the substitutions and all that. Lucas Vazquez played well. Give him a 6. He didn't do it per wrong. I think he played well. He did his role. Marcelo came on. I didn't really notice him that much. To be honest, I give him a 6. Who else came on? It was Camavinga. Camavinga played really well in his cameo. And I'd give him a 6.5. Did really well in his cameo. Nothing amazing, but did really well. Luka Modric, classic Luka Modric, didn't really do too much, but obviously his quality just speaks for himself. So 6.5 as well. Militao came on as well. He played for 2-3 minutes, so it wasn't really anything. 6. And then we move on to Bellingham. And I think Bellingham played a really good game. I don't think it was bad. Why is this out of focus? Is this out of focus? Okay. I don't think he was bad. I think he played really, really well. The thing with Bellingham is he's not scoring as many goals or making so many assists or whatever as he did at the start of the season. Some people might say he's not doing as well, but they're not watching the games. The thing is, Bellingham has improved so much as a midfielder whilst playing this role he's currently playing. The thing is, he's done so well. He's done so well. And like his defensive work rate, his passing, I don't think those were bad today. His running, his finding space, his dribbling, winning corners and all that. I think he has improved, and he did get an assist today as well for Rodrygo. And I think he did play a massive part in the goals as well. So I think he played really well, in my opinion. Some people might not say so because he's not contributing like he was at the start of the season, but he's still doing an amazing job for the role that he was brought in to do. As a midfielder, he's playing that role and he's doing it well. So I'd give him a 7.5 maybe. And then it's, Rodrygo. Vinicius didn't start because Vinicius was suspended. Rodrygo had an amazing game. I've already sang my, what's the word? Is it? I can't remember. But I've already talked about Rodrygo. Rodrygo had an amazing game. He scored the two goals that won us the game. His all-round play was genuinely elevated from what it was in the previous couple of games, and he played really well. I'll give him an 8 because he does deserve it. And Brahim Diaz, I'd give him a 7 maybe, because he did play well, he was contributing, and he also got an assist for Rodrygo as well. So his pace is so useful. And Brahim Diaz is someone we can play on the right wing. We might not need to, if Mbappe is coming next season, we might not need to buy another right winger, because we have Brahim Diaz there, Rodrygo might get sold. That would make us buy a right winger. And if we're going to buy a right winger, we need to buy someone who's predominantly left-footed or who can use both, which is Brahim Diaz. Which is why I think he's going to play an amazing role this season. I think he's going to do really, really well. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the game. Yeah, we played a variety of formations throughout the game. It felt like at times we were playing a diamond formation. Then we switched to a wing formation where Bellingham was down the middle. At times when Rodrygo was on the left wing and Brahim was on the right wing. And then at times it was Brahim and Rodrygo up front, Bellingham in the middle, or Brahim would drop back, Bellingham and Rodrygo would be up front. It was just everywhere. And then at times it was like Bellingham and Brahim would be up front, Rodrygo would be on the left, Valverde would be on the right, and then it was Cruz and Tchouaméni. Yeah, Cruz and Tchouaméni. So like throughout the game, the formation was just changing, and at times it was very difficult to keep up with. But yeah, that was it for the game. The game was a good one. Carlo Ancelotti played a really good game in his tactical awareness, and later on in the second half we improved so much more. A lot better on the ball, not giving away so much possession, so many chances for them. So yeah, I think the game was a good game. I enjoyed it, in all honesty, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you around the next one, and have a lovely day.